All right. Hello and welcome back.
Hello, hello, hello.
The Chris and Veronica Show, chrisandveronica.com. My name is Chris, and this is
Veronica.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, we are doing unscripted right now. So it can literally be anything showing up right now.
Be prepared.
What's the thing? What are we going to talk about? What is our unscripted topic today?
I don't know. I kind of want to know, what are your favorite things?
These are a few of my favorite things. When
Ooh,
the dog.
I want to start. Oh,
Okay,
no,
go
finish the song.
No, that's fine. It's good. I'm good.
No, what was
That's
the
my
song?
horsey voice. That's my horsey voice trying to and just so you know, the show must go on. That's why I'm doing all this right now. Because even though my voice isn't fully there because I've been recording things for like 2 weeks, I am still doing this because the show goes on.
What kind of things have you been recording? Because you haven't been recording with me.
I've been recording
we're
a lot.
supposed to be doing things together.
We are right now.
You know I'm an only child. You know I get jealous.
I
No,
know.
I'm very territorial.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do fun things without me.
But this is the fun one. The other one's for business.
Oh, okay. Yeah, business isn't fun.
Yeah, it's not as fun as this. Yeah. But the other one's a business podcast, which is for Schuler Creative.
Oh, but I'm sure you make it fun.
It is. It is. I mean, the first season was really boring because I was
What?
trying something.
I don't
was
believe that.
trying
No,
it,
I don't
and
think Chris and boring go together.
I know, but it was. And I apologize to everybody for season one. The first 10 episodes, I was trying this was it like NPR almost style? And it did not.
I know
it
you did not say
work.
Chris and NPR. I know.
No. I am much more fun than that, I think.
Yes. No. Yes, you are. We
So-
would not be friends if you were not fun.
Yeah. So the second season is much more fun. And that's the most recent, 10 episodes that are out. And then I'm in the process of recording more and more and more.
Ooh,
so I
I'll
think,
have to go check it out and be a follower.
yeah, Schuler Creative.
Then I
that's
can be
what's
like,
up.
Chris, you know that thing you did? Don't do that no more.
Right? Yeah. That one thing. This is your feedback. Also give us feedback here. We don't even know how we're doing.
Please,
Chris
yes.
and Veronica Show,
Richard, if you're watching, because I know you are, because you said you're going to follow us, you have to give us your feedback because this is us unscripted. This is
Yeah.
Chris, a lot more fun.
Mhm.
And yeah.
yeah, with better lighting. See what I did there? We took some feedback. We put it in for better lighting.
See, we listen.
Yeah. I don't think the lighting's better today, but that's okay.
Well, on you, maybe it is. Maybe
Maybe.
we'll find out.
I don't know. Yeah, the last one, everybody was like, you look super washed out in that. I'm like, oh.
No,
okay,
that's
fine.
Chris. No.
Yeah, that's my natural tone. That's all it is. That's what I do.
Okay.
What's our topic? What are we
Coke
talking
or
about?
Pepsi?
Coke or Pepsi? Well, I usually don't have soda,
I know.
so that's a thing.
Of course it is.
So neither.
Baked potato or fries?
So it depends on the type of fry,
And this is why
and
we
it
chose.
depends on the type of baked potato.
What? Oh, okay. Please explain further
Here's
because
my
in my
deal.
mind it's either. Oh, go ahead.
Because I mean, what's in your mind? Because there are different things with baked
It's a
potatoes
baked
and different things with
potato.
French
How-
fries.
They don't.
Five
But-
Guys fries are completely different than McDonald's fries. Curly
they're
fries completely different than waffle fries.
So for anyone that ever wants
Air
to take
fried
Chris on a
fries.
date, this is what you're gonna get because it's either okay. But you know what? The
Air
fries, I
fried
get it.
fries versus baked fries.
yes, I
deep
get
fried
that.
fries. Are we
Okay,
talking about
what a-
chips? Are we in the UK? Is this chips we're talking about, or these actual French fries?
Chris, how would you like your fries and how would you like your baked potato?
See, this is always the question. So, baked potatoes, that's a whole nother story, baked potatoes, because there's different ways that you can bake potatoes. Are you going to be doing them on the grill with some smokiness to them of some kind? Are you doing them in the oven with aluminum foil over the top of them?
I can see
putting
why
in,
pocket drinks now, but go ahead.
Probably. Putting it in the oven and having aluminum foil over it, but adding in some butter, olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and
Why would you
putting that
put
inside of the
olive oil?
foil. Because if you put it inside the foil, it tastes different because you're
But
putting
then
it inside of it with a
steamed.
little
It's
bit of
not a
water.
baked potato.
That's the thing. Are you microwaving a potato to bake it?
Who puts a
You're welcome.
potato in a microwave?
People do it. I've seen them
What
blow up
heathens
microphones.
out there are doing that?
Microwaves. They have blown up microwaves. It's a thing. Yeah. Have you ever left a baked potato
And
in
here
so
I
long
thought-
that it pops in the oven?
No, why would you? I want to hurry up.
It happens all the time. People don't even know. This is the dangers of baked potatoes. You don't even know that it's just going to go it's gone. The whole thing.
Show me one more time. How's it gonna go? Just like
It's
that.
just going to pop. That's all it is. It's just going to pop. And people don't realize that baked potatoes do that in the oven. It's why you got to like poke them. You got to
Yes,
poke them.
who
make
doesn't know that?
See, this is a thing. People don't know these things. It's a whole thing.
See, in here, I thought it was going to be an easy subject,
No.
straight answers.
Very controversial.
No?
Yeah.
So
Do you just put it in the oven without aluminum foil over it?
no, I put aluminum foil.
Under, on top, around.
I wrap it.
Do you wrap it? Okay, so the
Yes,
whole
so I
thing's
poke
wrapped.
the potato. Well, first I scrub them
So
really
you're
clean.
like, as you're putting it in, wrapping. Get it? No? Okay, it's a dad joke. Anyway, keep going. So you wrap it. That's fine.
I wash my potato really, really good because I
You
like
scrub
to
it.
eat the skin of the potatoes.
Right, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, they sell potato skins for a reason at restaurants. Like, hello. Says everybody
And
on
then
the
I
internet.
wrap it in foil.
Everybody on the internet's
and-
like, I don't do that, but yeah. Anyway.
And then that's it.
Aluminum foil in. That's it. No salt, pepper. You're just raw dogging
No,
just in the oven.
Yes,
that's all you're doing.
it.
Just
Because when it comes out, then it's you squish it, you cut it open, you squish it, you mush it, and that's when you put all your ingredients inside. And I'm a very simple baked potato person.
so you don't boil them first or anything. You just like straight in the oven. See what I did there? Controversial. It's a whole thing. People boil them for a little bit first and then put them in the oven.
I want to know which of our listeners do that because we need to have a one-on-one. We need to do an intervention. Who boils their baked potato and why?
So here's the reasoning. Ready? So if you boil a baked potato to begin with, it makes it a little bit softer around the edges, and then when you put it in the oven, it can get even a little bit crispier and more so done like on the outside of it. So it creates this little like 1/4 inch thick layer on the baked potato. So if you like eating potato skins, if you boil it first and then put it in the oven, and I'm not talking about like boiling it for 40 minutes or whatever, but boil it for like 10 minutes, a lot of that water can get in there.
So it's like
and it creates a layer when it bakes.
So as people say with French fries, because I love steak fries. Like I'll get a russet potato and so people say, well, Veronica, just boil it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then takes all the starch away and then let it dry and then you fry them, right? But in my mind, I'm like, but I want them now. That takes a lot of planning.
Yeah. That's like black beans. People are like black beans, pinto beans, they're all good until you've got to like soak them for 24 hours and then cook them.
Doesn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's people that just like go and boil it for a minute.
I cheat now with my pinto beans. Mexican people, clutch your pearls. I'm about to tell you something.
Clutch your pearls. Everybody clutch your pearls.
Yes, clutch
I'm
your
doing
pearls,
it right now.
the rosaries, everything.
Just can't do it. Do you get
I've-
it from a can? Silence. It's a whole thing. I'm telling you. Do you get them from a can? You get them from a can now. Are you not admitting to getting them from a can?
No. So I've found a recipe for my Ninja Foodie, my pressure cooker.
Oh.
So now you don't even have to soak them.
Do you know I am so afraid those things are going to blow up on my counter?
So
I am. That's why we don't have one. I feel like
I have amazing pinto beans. I'll usually always make the small, like 8-ounce, the small pinto bean packet.
Yeah.
And I rinse.
Packet.
What was that?
We're talking about 8-ounce packet.
You know, that's called the small one because they have the big one.
Why you not just buy it by like the pound? Get a bunch of it.
Because then how do I know? I know because I want to have a lot of it. Because if I have like 3-4 pounds,
It's like somebody that like makes bread, but then goes and buys it by like the half pound for flour. I'm like, why you got to get
because
like
then
a
it's going to be
quarter
sitting there. Anyways, this is
Anyway,
my story.
Yeah. You keep going. I got you.
Anyway, so you clean them, you do everything, and then you start your water, the saute. So the water's cooking while you're cleaning, doing everything. You dump them in. You only put a little bit of water up until like the halfway mark of
Not
your
like
Ninja
covering
Foodie.
them?
Yes,
Oh,
you cover
you
it, but
cover it.
up
Okay.
to the halfway mark because when you let it go, all the steam comes out, right? So I cooked mine for 30 minutes with the pressure cooker. Let me tell you, that was a game changer for me for when I forget.
This whole story, I've just been imagining your Ninja cooker blowing up on your counter.
But why would it blow up?
I don't know. It's a pressure cooker. That's what that does, right? You like put it on there, the seal doesn't go right, and then it's like epic
No,
fail.
but it won't start if the seal's not right. The way you're looking at me like,
This is how we all die.
No,
right here.
and the reason why I know that is it took me my first time trying to pressure cook something for 10 minutes. I'm like, it's broken. It's broken. Why isn't it working? And it has a little vent, and I had the little vent thing open the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But no, you have to have, it's a 2-step,
gotta be
right? You
closed.
have to have the vent closed. And if there's already pressure inside, it won't let you seal it. Yeah, so it was a whole thing.
Okay, so
No.
there's now safety features
Yes,
involved.
yes, it
okay,
is. Well,
so
at
this
least
isn't
for
like Ron
mine.
Popeil back in the '80s being like, set it and forget it and burn down your house.
Yeah,
You know, like,
no, it's totally, again, this is the Ninja Foodie one. So yeah, that's how I do my beans. I'm like, now if I ever forget to like soak them overnight, anything like that, because usually that's what I would do. I'm like, man, I forgot to soak them. So anyways, no, this is now my cheat code. Yeah. I even forgot what we were talking about.
I don't know how to cook things. Potatoes. We're talking about potatoes and French fries.
And then you came up with boiling potatoes, and I'm like,
Right.
ooh, let me tell you my next.
Because,
thing.
you know, for breakfast potatoes, if you chop them a little bit and you boil them a little bit first, and then you put them in a pan with some oil in the bottom of it, and then you put that in the oven and you leave it uncovered, it gets like crispy. And I like that.
No, this is why when I make baked potatoes, and my husband's are like, are we having people over for dinner? Because I was like,
How many
no.
baked potatoes you making?
No, because I'll have like 5 baked potatoes. But what I love to do is they're already cooked. So then I'll dice them and slice them, and then I'll make it like a little potato bowl with the eggs. And
Yeah.
I think they're called O'Brien potatoes.
Yeah,
you know, with the bell
O'Brien's.
peppers.
Yeah.
And those
Yeah,
are my
breakfast
favorite.
potatoes. Really, yeah. You could even
Yes.
like the breakfast potato.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff.
You're-
Maybe I do. I probably do.
no, you don't.
No.
You have the fireman's breakfast. I'm like, what is a fireman's breakfast?
Yeah, all protein.
Yes. I'm
It's
like,
all that's a
where are the
fireman's breakfast.
potatoes?
Because they're firemen.
Yes,
That's what
no,
they are.
I
It's just
love-
all beefy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Ba-dum-bum.
That was a dad gay joke. It's not just a dad joke. It's a dad gay joke.
And this is why people shouldn't have us unscripted.
Yeah. These are all things that happen.
What are your favorite? You're a fish person.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fish to eat?
And
And how do you prepare it?
Good question. There's many different types. I'm not quite sure. Salmon, Pacific Northwest. Got to start there. Got to start with salmon because Pacific
I've had
Northwest.
salmon twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Salmon dip, smoked salmon, just like
The dip.
Veronica's
It's
like,
so
I can't do it.
fishy.
Ooh,
It
I
is
love
so
it.
fishy.
I love it. It's so good. It's just, yeah. It's like the artichoke dip, but like,
Oh.
baked artichoke dip, but
Yes,
with
I love
like
that.
some salmon in it. I love it. So yeah, it's like salmon probably is a thing. Obviously, tuna fish in the can because it's just readily available everywhere. So tuna fish in the can. That's
How do
a
you
thing.
make your tuna fish?
Well,
No
sometimes,
mustard.
well, sometimes I just have it, like just the tuna fish, nothing in it, like no mayo or anything. But it's a good. Veronica's
You're a
looking at me like I'm
heathen.
crazy.
No, well, first of all,
Like a
you are,
heathen.
but
Like
that
it's
you're
just a-
heathen.
right.
No mayonnaise.
Put my little devil ears on. Call me a heathen. I'm good. Like that's yeah. It's protein.
No,
It's so good.
no,
Like just the
no
protein
lemon,
itself.
Nothing?
Nah, just like as it is. Because if you think about like, depending on where I'm at on my like food cycle, sometimes I would want to have mayonnaise or other things in it, and other times I wouldn't. So if I know that I'm at a point where I'm having just protein, then I want to have just the tuna, and I'm okay with that, right? Like I don't have any concerns about like texture or anything like that. It's to me, it's all about the same. It's just food. So I do that. And then, I add pickles. I'm a big pickle fan. And some tuna fish. I'll put some pickles in with tuna fish. That's a good thing. And then, mayo, salt, pepper. Usually just pepper because usually tuna is like salty enough. And then let it sit. I let it sit for a day and then come back to it. It's a
That's
good
the
thing.
best kind.
And then, I also do tuna in, cream tuna over biscuits. So I'll make a cream of tuna that's like a homemade kind of thing.
I've never heard of that.
Cream of tuna over biscuits. Yeah, we had it all the time when I was a kid, and we'd have it with peas. So with cream of tuna, like you can make your own like sauce for it. That's like a white sauce that's got like some like cheeses and stuff inside of it. And then
So it's
you
like a
add in
gravy,
the tuna.
right?
Yeah, it's like a gravy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's essentially like biscuits and gravy, but like the like homemade style of it, and
Mm-hmm.
adding in tuna fish to that gravy, rather than like sausage or other things. So yeah, that's pretty good. Like to do that.
Interesting.
And then we have crab. We like to go crabbing. So
I've never been crabbing.
yeah.
I mean, I am a crab when I can't eat, but
Yeah.
I've never been crabbing.
It's nice because then you can like put some in the freezer and just like have it ready to go whenever you want to boil some, and just have it ready to go. So on that side, for the seafood side of things, not necessarily fish, but like seafood, crab, love that. But I do think that if you're gonna get like crab, you should like get it yourself, kind of thing, and be able to like clean it and do it all and like all
Oh,
of that.
so you just don't go to the restaurant and be like, give me that one.
Right. Yeah. I feel like just like that, like hunting and fishing side of things, I feel like you should be able to do those things if you're going to eat those things,
Yes.
because there's a lot of people that don't know where your food comes from or the things that you ingest and where they come from. And I feel like the closer to the source that you can get to be able to do that, like aspire to be that person that's out there, like catching crab or catching fish yourself, to be able to clean them, to then to be able to eat them. So in that sense, I feel like I'm like that side of things where I really enjoy just being able to do that. And there's also community that you're building around it. So if you're out and about and you are like doing crabbing or fishing or something like that, like those are all things that create community too, because community around food, even catching it and like cleaning it and then preparing it. Because a lot of times we create community around food in the preparation of it in our
Yes.
homes, but not necessarily the actual like butchering side of things or any of that if you're going to be eating
Yeah.
that type of thing.
So I would really love to go fishing and from start to finish. How do I clean that? Other than taking the scales off,
Right.
and I remember doing that as a kid because we would go in California, of course, oceans back then when you can go in the ocean
Yeah.
with no trouble. My mom would take fishing wire around a can and throw it over and
Yeah.
on the pier, and that's how you would fish. Everybody else, that's what you would do, right? So I remember taking off the scales, but that was it. So
Mhm.
I would really love to learn how to gut a fish. What do you keep? What don't you keep?
Yeah.
I know on YouTube there's this one guy that we follow, and you follow him, and he's out there fishing from going down deeps in the depth, and he'll go into the market and try and sell their fish and what he ever does, and then he comes home and he says, "Okay, what are we gonna cook today?" And he does everything. I think it's called sashimi, where it's
Yeah.
raw.
Mhm. Yeah. Raw fish.
Yes, thinly sliced, and then he'll make like a stew of it, and then another portion of it he'll fry it. So he tries different things. I'm like, "Ooh, I would love to do that just to
Yeah.
see."
Yeah, I think it's so great to be able to do that kind of thing. And for Washington State where we're at, you can get your like fishing and like hunting licenses and stuff. And so being able to get a fishing license that has a crabbing license and like multi-pole endorsement and all these things, there's like things that go into it that are regulated for the consumer industry. So on that standpoint, like each year we get our licenses to be able to go out and do these things. We know what our catch limits are. We know the places that we can go fishing at. We know the places that we can go crabbing at and the places that you can't, because there are even around here places that you can't do that, right?
Yes. And then we were at a pier, and they were crabbing, and I was noticing that they kept turning them over.
Yeah,
And I was like, what are they doing? And the person that I was with, they're like, oh, they have to make sure that it's not a female.
correct. Yeah.
And I was like, how can you tell? And that was a whole nother story.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The idea of like what species of fish do you have that's on the hook? Are you catching and releasing and like letting it go back because of the size or because of the type that it is?
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot of knowledge that goes into that as well. So I think from that standpoint, like just knowing what's available to you in the areas that you're in so that you can do that and be able to literally have it from that like farm to table idea of like, I know where this came from and now it is on my plate, right? And so the more that we can close that gap, I think the better off people are going to be and the better off our food is going to be, because as individuals, if we can take the store out of it and go directly to the place, I think that we'll have better food quality overall.
Well, not only that, but it's knowledge. You'll know what something shouldn't taste like.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this doesn't look right. This doesn't smell right. No.
Yeah. The idea of like eggs, right? Like yellow yolks on eggs versus like oranges yolks on eggs. And like
No,
what are
it
the
even gets
differences
deeper.
and
My friend has chickens.
Mhm.
She gave me green eggs.
Right.
I was like, are they good?
Why are
She's
the
like,
shells
yeah.
green? Yeah.
She's all
That's
like,
how they
"It's just-"
come.
Yes.
That's
she's
how
like,
eggs come.
It's a type of chicken. I'm like, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's what, okay. Different colors.
Yeah. So yeah, keeping closer to like our farms and stuff to literally get as much as you can from local farms. We're lucky that we're in an area where it's only an extra 10 minutes or so for us to drive to the farms themselves to be able to take like and purchase directly from the farm
Mhm.
stands. And for that, like sure I could go to the grocery store or whatever, but I would rather support the people that are actually like growing it in our backyard here than to go into a store. So during the season, like during the growing season when it's here, we'll go typically out to those farm stands once every week, once every 2 weeks to be able to get the things that we want. And then we can supplement with the grocery store.
And they last so much longer.
Yeah.
On the counter. And I was like, oh, you don't put them in there? I'm like, no. My first time ever, they're like, no, don't wash them, don't clean them until you get ready to use them.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, because if they can exist in their natural state, then you can go in.
Yes.
Just like, yeah, for eggs, like you don't want to wash them and do all that stuff until you're ready to like use them.
Yeah.
And because there's membranes and stuff that are on them and all of
Yeah.
that too. So there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot when it comes around like food for sure. But yeah, what were we talking about? I don't know. Fish.
Yes,
we were
we
talking
went
about
to
fish
tuna.
and
Yes.
potatoes and farming. It's a whole thing.
This is why we're unscripted, because,
yeah.
hey, let it flow.
Yeah, part of my family had a blueberry and raspberry farm that was up north, and
I don't really like raspberries.
don't like raspberries. That's okay. Yeah,
They're very tardy for me.
Mhm.
Blueberries, totally different, but raspberry and no, I think it's which one's the ones that have the little seed?
Strawberries,
No, not strawberries. The other ones. I think it is raspberries. I
boysenberries,
don't know.
blackberries.
Blackberries. That's
Blackberries.
the one. Oh, the ones with the seeds. I hate
Yeah.
it because I would make a smoothie and I'd always have to worry about the little seeds.
Yeah,
No, strawberries. Everybody complains about a seed. I'm like, what seeds? I never get strawberries
The
with
seeds are
seeds,
on the
but I probably
outside.
never pay attention.
because the seeds are on the outside
Yeah.
of a strawberry. It's the whole thing. Yeah,
Yes,
we're
Chris,
getting
we
closer
know.
to our food, Veronica. That's what we're doing. But yeah, we had blueberry raspberry farm, and so we would spend time up there during the picking season, or just like hanging out with my cousins and stuff, like up there. And it's really great to see where your food comes from, how it's like put into the food industry, whether it's like through just having it like slightly rinsed and then like put into containers, or whether it is juice or whether it is frozen. Like these are all different types of things. And in Washington State, we've got like, apples and raspberries and blueberries and like all of these other things, and in the agriculture industry that come from here. So going to those smaller farms rather than like mass ag farms as well. Mass agricultural farms could be a thing, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, food sources. I love it. The whole thing.
Well,
I could
okay
talk
then.
about it all day long.
Favorite dessert?
Chocolate mousse. And here's why.
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate
that's,
mousse.
That's a pie, right? Or
Uh,
no.
No, it's just like whipped. Yeah. So like whipped
Yes.
chocolate kind of thing where it's like fluffy and all that. So my grandmother, coming into her 90th birthday, it was either her 80th or her 90th birthday. She lived to like 100 and something. There were a lot of birthdays. And it was either her 80th or 90th birthday. And I remember going in to do tastings. And I think at the time I was a teenager. And we had done all these like dessert tastings for her birthday. And one of the things that one of the venues had was a chocolate mousse. And it was my first time having something like that because I was so used to pudding, right? Chocolate pudding, like the Jello chocolate pudding, or the butterscotch like puddings that are from Jello, or like just Jello itself, right? And so to have something that was actually chocolate mousse that didn't contain those like Jello type products, I was like, this is like light and fluffy and a whole thing. And at the time, I loved the like chocolate Jello pudding and the butterscotch pudding. And so to have that and to do it at a tasting for my like great grandmother's birthday, I just remember it stuck with me so much. I remember the feel of the spoon. I remember the feel of the glass container that was almost like a sundae container that had like spots for your like fingers to go into it. And I remember the like scooping of it and like looking how the texture actually like folded out of it with like all of the like frothiness that is tied into it, like the fluffiness is tied into it, to then like hear it also crackle as you're getting into it because of how much it was like light and airy, to then like have it be on your spoon, to have it be solid but not like moving and still attached kind of thing. And like I just remember the texture, the feel, the taste of it. It wasn't grainy, it was really smooth, and it just like melted in your mouth. And so that factor was like huge for me on chocolate mousse. And so now when I go out places, I look for places that have chocolate mousse to try and experience that or like relive that in some way. And because it was a sweet chocolate mousse that was a dark chocolate that also had like a light chocolate mixed into it, It was sweet, right? It was on the sweeter side as well. And there's places that I'll go that have chocolate mousse, but on the menu they'll also include like a like coffee whipped cream on top, which makes
Yeah.
it then bitter. And so then I'll like go into it being like, yeah, it's like a whipped cream thing or whatever. And I remember we were at this like one restaurant and I took a bite of it and they had put that like bitter thing on top. And I was like, why? Why?
You're so sad, weren't you?
Yeah. I literally like, I think it was our anniversary or something. And we were at this like fancy restaurant and they put this like bitter thing on top of it. And it was whipped everywhere on top, like whipped cream on top that was like really bitter. I was like, I can't believe like people would do this to me, you know? Like, I literally like I didn't even take another bite of it because like Pocket was like, well, we can just take the top off of it. And I was like, the flavor's already there. And it's like on my spoon and it's a whole thing. And I was like breaking down in the restaurant, like on our anniversary, and Paco was just like, "It's gonna be okay. It's just
mousse.
chocolate mousse." And Paco was like, "We could just ask for another one that doesn't have that
Yes,
on
and
it."
I'll take this one. Yes, but
And I was like, "It's too late."
the damage
like,
has been done.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all messed it up. Like, I don't know why you would even think that would be a thing. Funny story. Since then, we've never gone back to that restaurant.
Of course not, because you've had a bad experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a whole thing.
Mine is carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Yes, I remember my mom had a coworker that would make carrot cake, and she says here, and I tried it, and it was the most delicious thing ever. And ever since then, I love carrot cake, and I have been hunting for carrot cake like that. And for my birthday, someone made an amazing carrot cake. You want to know who that was?
I don't know who was it, Veronica.
Oh, it was my favorite person, Chris. It was so good.
Was it good?
Yours came really, really close. And for me, it actually made me cry because it reminded me of my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really good. Oh, I can't believe I'm getting emotional, but no. And that's what I love about favorite things, right? Because it's the memory of, the memory and just remembering the taste of the carrot. Like I was really surprised how many people do not put carrot in their carrot cake.
Yeah.
Like they'll put carrot flavoring. I'm like,
No,
it takes
that's not a thing.
carrots. No.
It's literally carrots.
Yes.
It says carrots. It doesn't say carrot flavoring.
Yeah, no. Or somebody gave me one time and it had apples in it.
Apples
In my
in
cake.
carrot cake?
That's what I said.
That's called apple cake. That is
That's-
not a carrot cake.
That's what I said. But
Okay. I mean, to each their own, but I would
Yeah.
say that is not.
No,
A carrot cake.
we said the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I would
no.
die on the inside.
But no, yours was amazing, and it was the
thanks.
closest I've ever tasted since I was 9 years old. So thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
It was an amazing birthday.
Oh, carrot cakes. We like to bake a lot around here, baking, cooking, all that stuff. So you can probably see in the background if you're watching on video. We're actually recording at our house and you can see the kitchen. There's a lot that happens in the kitchen. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I get to be around a lot of great tasting food.
Oh, yeah. Okay, anything else for the good of the? I mean, we're almost at 30 minutes with this.
Oh, my
episode.
gosh.
Right? We talked a lot about food and desserts. I think we should revisit one of these topics at a
Yes,
on another
yes,
episode too.
definitely. Maybe our just our whys, it's nostalgia. But no, okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up there then. Thanks for joining us. It's been great. Chris and Veronica Show, chrisandveronica.com. My name is Chris, and this is.
Hi, Veronica.
Find us on all the socials, Chris and Veronica Show, Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube, all that stuff. Comment below if you have any questions or anything like that. But yeah.
Ooh, or share your favorite.
Yeah, share like what your favorite thing is. And if you made it this far, because this is a long episode, let me tell you, comment below cake,
Oh, sure.
carrots.
That
I don't know.
doesn't matter. Anyways, have a good one.
Bye.